Welcome back to the channel JF Coin, where every coin tells a story and every penny might just be worth a fortune. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating history, mystery, and the shocking hidden value behind the 1967 Ultra Lincoln penny, a small copper coin that could be sitting unnoticed in your collection, your drawer, or even your pocket, waiting to surprise you with a value of up to $442 or more in today's market. Now, before you think it's just another old penny, let me tell you. The 1967 Lincoln cent is one of the most talked about coins among collectors. It carries not only historical value but also a hidden numismatic story connected to the era of change in the United States Mint itself. So sit back, grab your favorite drink, and let's uncover why this penny has become such a sensation among coin lovers and treasure hunters across America and beyond. Let's begin by going back in time to 1967. A year of major transformation in the United States. The country was in the middle of social and technological changes, the Vietnam War was ongoing, and the American economy was shifting. In the midst of it all, the United States Mint faced a massive coin shortage that had begun a few years earlier. Because of that, the Mint decided not to place mint marks on coins struck in 1965, 1966, and 1967. That means every 1967 penny you find, no matter where it was made, whether Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, carries no mint mark at all, adding a layer of historical uniqueness. This was a period when millions of Americans were hoarding coins due to the rising value of silver and the excitement of coin collecting. The U.S. Mint tried to discourage this by simplifying coin designs and increasing production. The 1967 Lincoln penny, therefore, became a symbol of a minting revolution, a coin created to restore trust and balance in circulation. The 1967 Lincoln penny features the classic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. On the obverse, you can see Lincoln's noble profile facing right, with the words "In God We Trust" proudly above him, liberty to the left, and the date 1967 on the right. The reverse shows the famous Lincoln Memorial, with the words United States of America, e pluribus unum, and 1 cent, simple, powerful, and truly American. But what makes the 1967 penny so special today isn't just its design, it's the story hidden in its metal. Unlike modern pennies that are mostly zinc, the 1967 cent was still struck in 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it a rich, reddish-brown tone that collectors love. Over time, copper coins age beautifully, developing natural patinas that make each piece unique. And here's where the magic begins. Certain ultra-condition or era versions of the 1967 Lincoln penny have fetched hundreds of dollars at auctions and collector markets. Now let's talk value, because that's what makes coin collecting exciting. A regular 1967 penny in average circulated condition might be worth around 2 to 10 cents, mostly for its copper value. But when we step into the world of uncirculated coins, proof-like strikes, and era coins, the story changes dramatically. Collectors have paid $442 and even more for Ultra 1967 Lincoln cents that are in pristine condition, often graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC as MS67 or higher. What does MS67 mean? It stands for Mint State, meaning the coin looks almost perfect, with sharp details, glossy luster, and no visible scratches even under magnification. But that's not all. Era varieties of the 1967 penny have become the real treasures of the coin world. There are double dia verse, where Lincoln's face or lettering appears doubled, creating a fascinating and valuable visual effect. There are off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing due to misalignment during minting. There are clipped planchet errors, where part of the metal blank was accidentally cut off before striking. Some even show die cracks or lamination errors, which make them one of a kind. Each of these era coins can easily sell for hundreds of dollars, and in rare cases, even over $500 depending on condition, rarity, and demand. The coin market has been especially strong for Lincoln cents lately, with collectors actively searching for high-grade examples and unusual minting mistakes. Now imagine this. You're sorting through a jar of old coins, maybe one your grandparents kept for years, and suddenly you notice a bright, coppery 1967 penny that looks just a bit different. Maybe it shines more, maybe the lettering looks thicker, or the surface looks proof-like. Don't ignore it. That could be your lucky find. Coin experts recommend using a magnifying glass or coin loop to check for doubling, especially around the words liberty and in God we trust. You can also weigh the coin. It should be around 3.11 grams if it's a standard copper penny. Anything significantly lighter or heavier could indicate a striking error. What's also interesting about the 1967 penny is that it represents one of the last years before major changes came to the Lincoln cent series. Just a few years later, in 1973, discussions began about removing copper from pennies due to rising metal costs, and by 1982, the mint officially switched to the zinc composition we use today. That makes every pre-1982 copper cent, especially one from a transitional era like 1967, more collectible and historically valuable. Now let's talk about the market itself. Coin collectors and numismatists are always on the lookout for coins that tell a story, and the 1967 Lincoln penny does exactly that. On popular coin auction platforms and marketplaces, the demand for high-grade examples has remained strong. Coins graded MS66 or MS67 have been recorded selling for $200 to $442 or more, depending on eye appeal, toning, and certification. Some collectors even pay a premium for coins with rainbow toning, those beautiful, naturally colored surfaces that develop after decades of careful storage. These can dramatically increase a penny's visual appeal and market value. So what should you do if you find a 1967 penny that looks extraordinary? First, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can instantly destroy its collector value. Instead, place it in a protective coin holder or flip and take it to a professional appraiser or submit it to a grading service. They'll assess its authenticity, grade, and market potential. And remember, while not every 1967 penny will make you rich, the excitement lies in the search. Every collector dreams of finding that one ultra specimen, the coin that's survived untouched, shining from the past, connecting us to history while rewarding the lucky finder with an unexpected fortune. So the next time you come across an old penny from 1967, don't dismiss it as pocket change. Look closely, because that small copper coin might just be your $442 treasure, a little piece of American history that continues to grow in fascination and value. If you love stories like this, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next deep dive into rare and valuable US coins. Each week we uncover hidden treasures, coin secrets, and incredible values that could be hiding right under your nose. Thank you for watching. And until next time, keep your eyes open, keep collecting, and remember, sometimes the smallest coins hold the biggest surprises. Would you like me to make a shorter or more dramatic voiceover style version of this too, like what YouTubers use with background music and visuals? It can sound even more cinematic and emotional. Today, we are diving deep into the world of the 1969 Lincoln penny, the 1-cent coin that has shocked collectors around the world with its beauty, its history, and its incredible market value that has soared to an unbelievable $442 and even more for special varieties. Yes, you heard that right. A small copper coin that most people overlook every single day could be worth hundreds of dollars, and if you're lucky enough to find the right one, possibly even thousands. So make sure you stay with me until the end, because we'll reveal how to identify these special coins, the secrets behind their mint marks, and why the 1969 penny has become one of the most talked about treasures in modern coin collecting history. Let's roll back the clock to the year 1969. America was booming with energy, innovation, and cultural change. Neil Armstrong took mankind's first steps on the moon, the Woodstock Festival shook the world with music and peace, and the U.S. Mint was busy striking millions of Lincoln cents that would carry the image of one of the greatest American presidents, Abraham Lincoln. Now, the 1969 Lincoln penny might look like just another regular cent to the untrained eye, but there's so much more to it than meets the eye. This coin was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, each with its own story, rarity, and unique features that make collectors' hearts race. Let's start with the design. On the obverse side, we see the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, a design first introduced back in 1909 to celebrate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. Above his head are the words "I in God we trust," to the left we see liberty, and just beside the shoulder, the year 1969, which is exactly where our story begins. Flip it over and the reverse side showcases the majestic Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959 to replace the wheat ears design. The words United States of America, e pluribus unum, and 1 cent stand proud across the coin, a symbol of national pride and history. Now, what makes the 1969 Lincoln penny so special? It's not just the design or the year, it's the rare doubling and mint variations that set this coin apart from ordinary cents. In 1969, a dramatic minting error occurred at the Philadelphia Mint, producing what collectors now call the 1969's double-die obverse penny. This particular coin displays incredibly strong doubling on the date and inscriptions, so strong that the word Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the 1969 year appear to be struck twice, giving the illusion of a shadow or double outline. When these first began to surface, the U.S. Secret Service actually believed they were counterfeit. That's how strange and unreal the doubling looked. But after careful examination, they were confirmed to be genuine U.S. Mint errors, and thus began one of the most famous coin discoveries in American history. Collectors went absolutely wild. The 1969's double-die penny became a holy grail for coin enthusiasts. With fewer than 100 confirmed examples, it's one of the rarest and most valuable Lincoln cents ever made. So what about the value today? Let's break it down. If you have a regular 1969 penny from the Philadelphia Mint with no mint mark, and it's in circulated condition, its value is usually just around 1 cent. However, in uncirculated or proof-like condition, these can fetch anywhere from 25 cents to $1.50, depending on shine and preservation. If you have the 1969 D penny, that's the one minted in Denver, you might be looking at similar prices, from a few cents up to $10 or $15 if your coin is in mint state red condition. But the star of the show is the 1969's penny, especially if it's the double-die obverse. This coin, even in worn condition, can sell for hundreds and even thousands of dollars. In fact, one example graded MS64RD by PCGS sold for over $35,000, and high-end proof-like examples have crossed the $100,000 mark in auctions. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Even the non-doubled 1969's Lincoln pennies in perfect red gem condition can be worth around $442, depending on the current collector's market. Why? Because 1969's coins were struck with superior quality compared to other mints, and high-grade examples are always in demand among serious collectors. So when we say your 1969 1-cent penny could be worth $442, we're talking about those brilliant, untouched, well-preserved pieces that have survived decades without losing their original mint luster. If your coin shines like a fresh new penny, shows crisp details, and carries that S mint mark under the date, then you might be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. Now let's talk about how to identify if your coin could be one of these valuable treasures. Grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and carefully inspect the date and inscriptions. If you see doubling, that means letters or numbers appear to have a faint shadow or look doubled. That's your signal to get it checked by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Always remember, never clean your coins. Cleaning can destroy the original surface and reduce the value dramatically. Collectors and graders always prefer coins with natural toning or original mint red luster. The market for Lincoln pennies has remained incredibly strong for decades, and coins like the 1969's keep attracting attention because they tell stories of history, minting technology, and the thrill of discovery. Imagine finding one of these rare coins in your pocket change or old family jar. Something that looks so ordinary could instantly become a piece of American history worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So, before you spend that penny, take a closer look. It might not just be 1 cent, It could be $442 or more sitting right in your palm. And remember, every coin has a story. The 1969 Lincoln penny is a small but powerful reminder that even the tiniest pieces of metal can hold massive value, both in money and in history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating world of rare Lincoln pennies, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin treasure stories, and share this video with your friends. Who knows? Maybe they have a 1969 penny sitting in a drawer that's worth a small fortune. Stay tuned because in our next video, we'll uncover another incredible coin that you might have in your collection without even realizing its true value. Until then, happy collecting and keep searching. Your next penny might be pure gold in disguise. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Would you like me to make this script sound more dramatic and emotional for voiceover style, like YouTube narration with suspense pauses and bold emphasis? Or keep it in documentary storytelling style like a professional coin expert video? Today, we are going deep into the story of the 1995 Ultra Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that looks simple, shines with history, and yet some rare examples have shocked collectors by selling for over $442 and even more in today's coin market. So get ready, because by the end of this video, you might want to grab your coin jar and start checking your pennies again. The next valuable treasure might already be sitting right in your pocket. Change, studio microphone, segment 1. The history behind the Lincoln cent. Let's go back in time for a moment. The Lincoln cent first appeared in 1909, marking the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, and one of the most respected leaders in American history. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. The designer, Victor David Brenner, immortalized Lincoln's profile on the front side, also known as the obverse, while the back side, the reverse, originally displayed 2 stalks of wheat, symbolizing prosperity and abundance. That classic wheat design lasted until 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959, celebrating the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. From that point forward, Lincoln pennies continued to be produced every single year, but not all of them are equal. Some have rare errors, special mint marks, or tiny details that can make them worth a fortune, and one of those fascinating coins is the 1995 Lincoln cent, known among collectors for its beauty, history, and hidden surprises. Movie camera, segment 2, the 1995 penny and its uniqueness. The 1995 Lincoln penny was struck in huge numbers. More than 6 billion coins were minted across the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. At first glance, it looks just like any other penny you might find in your change. But here's where it gets interesting. Some of these coins are what collectors call Ultra Lincoln, or rare varieties, and they have details that make them incredibly valuable. One of the most famous varieties of the 1995 penny is the 1995 double die obverse. That's when the image of Lincoln's face, along with the lettering like Liberty or In God We Trust, appears slightly doubled due to a minting error. This doubling is not just a tiny mistake, it's visible enough that even without a magnifying glass, you can see the doubling around Lincoln's eye, mouth, or the letters. That's what makes this coin stand out and drives collectors wild. And here's the crazy part. A regular 1995 penny might only be worth 1 cent, but the double die version in high grade can reach $442, $500, or even more depending on its condition, rarity, and demand in the market. Some flawless examples graded by PCGS or NGC have fetched hundreds of dollars at auctions. Direct hit, segment 3. How to identify the valuable 1995 penny. Now let's talk about how you can identify if you've got one of these special 1995 Ultra Lincoln pennies. First, grab your magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look closely at the word Liberty on the left side of Lincoln's portrait. If you notice that the letters look slightly doubled, or if the word I in God We Trust seems to have a faint shadow behind the letters, then congratulations, you may be holding one of the famous double die varieties. Next, check the mint mark. Some pennies were struck in Philadelphia with no mint mark, while others were made in Denver, with a D under the date. Although most of the double die versions were from the Philadelphia Mint, It's always worth checking both. If your coin looks clean, shiny, and without scratches, it could be graded as MS, mint state. That's where the big money comes in. Coins that have never been in circulation and still have their original mint luster can easily fetch hundreds of dollars or even more, depending on the rarity of that specific die. Money bag, Segment 4. Current market value and record sales. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know, the current market value. As of now, in the collector's market, a 1995 Lincoln cent in regular circulated condition is worth face value, just 1 cent. However, the 1995 double die obverse or ultra Lincoln varieties can bring serious money. A lightly circulated example can sell anywhere from $50 to $150, depending on its eye appeal. But if you have one in pristine, mint state condition, especially if graded MS65 or higher, you could be looking at $300 to $442 or even more. Collectors are always hunting for coins with sharp details, bright luster, and strong doubling. Auctions have recorded some exceptional examples being sold for over $500, and with time, these values are expected to rise even higher as more people enter the hobby and the number of high-grade coins decreases. Compass, Segment 5. Why these coins are special to collectors. The 1995 Lincoln penny isn't just valuable because of its errors or doubling. It's also a symbol of American history and the craftsmanship of U.S. coin design. The fact that something so small, a 1-cent piece, can carry the image of a president who changed the course of history, and then become a collector's treasure worth hundreds of dollars, shows how powerful numismatics can be. Every coin tells a story. Some stories are about historical moments, others about rare mistakes, and some about lucky finds that turn into small fortunes. Collectors love the 1995 penny because it combines all three: history, error, and value. It's a coin that reminds us to never overlook the small things, because sometimes the smallest coins carry the biggest surprises. Magnifying glass tilted left, Segment 6. How to check your pennies and where to sell. If you're wondering where to start, it's easy. Go through your change jars, your old piggy banks, and even your grandparents' coin collections. Look for pennies from 1995, and don't forget to use a bright light or magnifier. If you think you've found one of these valuable coins, you can get it professionally graded by companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. These services will authenticate your coin, determine its condition, and give it an official grade, which can dramatically increase its market value. You can sell your valuable 1995 pennies on eBay, heritage auctions, great collections, or local coin shows, where collectors are always eager to find rare varieties. Clapperboard, OUTRO, high energy endings. So, the next time you come across a 1995 penny, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look, because that little copper coin could be worth $442 or even more. Remember, every great coin story begins with curiosity, and sometimes, the treasure you're searching for might already be sitting in your own pocket. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the story of the 1995 Ultra Lincoln 1-cent penny, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our next video on rare and valuable coins. Tell us in the comments below. Have you ever found a valuable penny? Or maybe you have a 1995 coin you'd like to get checked out? Share your stories, because you never know, your next penny could be your golden ticket. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep collecting, keep exploring, and keep shining like the rare coins we talk about. See you in the next video. Would you like me to make this more dramatic and emotional, for a storytelling style narration, or more educational and fact-heavy, for serious coin collectors? I can rewrite it in either tone depending on your YouTube style. Today we are diving deep into the story, the mystery, and the market of the 2018 Lincoln penny, the ultra-special 1-cent coin that has collectors talking and treasure hunters searching through every roll of change they can find. This tiny piece of copper-plated zinc, weighing only 2.5 grams, may look ordinary to the untrained eye, but don't be fooled, because the 2018 Ultra Lincoln penny has shocked the numismatic world with some astonishing values, reaching prices up to $442 in today's collector market. Now, before we uncover what makes this coin so valuable, let's travel back in time and look at its origins and meaning. The Lincoln penny, first introduced in 1909, has become the longest-running coin design in United States history. It was originally created to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and it was the very first circulating U.S. coin to feature the portrait of an actual historical person. Over the years, the Lincoln cent has gone through several design changes, from the iconic wheat reverse that ran until 1958, to the memorial reverse that lasted from 1959 to 2008, and finally to the Union Shield reverse that we see today, introduced in 2010. The shield design symbolizes Lincoln's preservation of the United States as one unified country, with a strong connection between liberty, unity, and history. By 2018, the penny had already been minted in the billions, yet hidden among those billions are coins that hold a secret, rare errors, special die varieties, and stunning mint condition examples that drive collectors wild. So let's uncover what makes some 2018 Lincoln pennies ultra valuable, and why a coin worth just 1 cent could sell for hundreds of dollars. First, let's talk about the basic mint details. The 2018 Lincoln cents were minted at 3 primary locations: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with the D mint mark, and San Francisco with the S mint mark used for proof coins. While billions were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, the key to value lies not in quantity but in rarity and condition. The San Francisco proof coins were struck in smaller numbers and sold directly to collectors, but even among the ordinary circulation strikes, some pennies are known as ultra rare because of special minting errors and unique die characteristics that make them stand out. One of the most discussed varieties of the 2018 Lincoln cent is the ultra sharp double die obverse, where Lincoln's features, especially his eyes, mouth, and the inscriptions like "I in God we trust" or "Liberty," show doubling, that is, visible even without magnification. These doubling effects occur when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly during the minting process, creating an overlapping image that collectors crave. If you spot one of these double die 2018 pennies in your pocket change, hold on tight. Depending on condition, these can fetch anywhere from a few $100s up to more than $400 if certified by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC. Another highly sought-after error is the off-center strike. Imagine finding a 2018 penny where part of the design is missing, with Lincoln's face pushed toward the edge and a blank crescent of shiny copper showing on one side. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. Some 2018 pennies with extreme off-center errors have sold for over $300, especially when both the date and part of Lincoln's portrait are visible. Now let's talk about condition. In the world of coins, condition is king. A regular 2018 penny from circulation might be worth 1 cent, but an uncirculated coin with a flawless surface, brilliant red luster, and no contact marks can bring astonishing prices. Coins graded as MS67 or MS68 read by PCGS have sold for over $442 and sometimes even more, especially when buyers compete in auctions. The value increases exponentially as the grade goes up because perfect mint state examples are extremely rare among billions of coins. Some collectors also look for satin finish or special mint set examples that have a unique texture and sheen compared to standard coins. These limited releases were struck with more care and sharper details, making them more desirable for long-term investment. But the story of the 2018 penny doesn't stop at mint errors and grades. Its symbolism continues to make it a collector favorite. The shield reverse design, with its single horizontal banner reading 1 cent across the top and United States of America across the field, represents the unity of the nation preserved through Lincoln's leadership during the Civil War. It's more than just metal, it's a piece of American history that fits in your hand. Now let's discuss the market value in 2025. Today, the average uncirculated 2018 Lincoln penny might sell for a modest price of $1 or $2, but the ultra-grade, mint-state specimens and verified error coins are reaching incredible numbers. In the latest coin auctions and online marketplaces, Certified examples have achieved prices ranging from $200 to over $442 depending on rarity, condition, and demand. Some collectors are even paying premium prices for coins with beautiful toning or unique color variations, such as rainbow or gold hues caused by natural oxidation. So, how can you find one of these hidden treasures? The answer is simple: start searching. Check your pocket change, your coin jar, and your penny rolls from the bank. Many collectors have discovered valuable 2018 pennies purely by luck, sitting unnoticed for years among common coins. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling, inspect the rim for any off-center strikes, and look for any unusual marks or missing details that could indicate a minting error. Even a small flaw can make a big difference in the coin's value. Another tip is to compare your coin to online images from trusted coin reference sites or error coin databases. If your coin looks different or sharper than normal, you might have found something special. If you believe your coin is rare, consider sending it to a professional grading service to confirm its authenticity and grade. A certified grade not only verifies your coin's condition but can also dramatically increase its market value when selling to collectors or dealers. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and the 2018 Ultra Lincoln penny proves that even modern coins can hold hidden treasures worth hundreds of dollars. It reminds us that history is not only found in museums, it can be found in your wallet, your change jar, or right in your pocket. Every time you pick up a penny, you're holding more than just a coin, you're holding over a century of American pride, craftsmanship, and symbolism. So next time you see a shiny 2018 penny, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. Because 1 cent could turn into hundreds, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be the next lucky collector who discovers a 2018 Lincoln penny worth $442 or even more. Thank you for watching, my friends. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating story of the 2018 Ultra Lincoln penny, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin value updates, and share this video with your fellow collectors. Every view, every like, and every subscription helps us bring you more hidden coin stories, rare value discoveries, and numismatic adventures that could change the way you see every coin in your collection. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep believing, because in the world of coins anything is possible. Clapperboard script END. Would you like me to make a version with dramatic pauses and YouTube timing cues? Like when to zoom in on the coin, when to display close-ups, or when to emphasize words for maximum audience retention? That makes the video much more cinematic and viral.